Testing. Testing. What's going on, guys? What's up, Brett? We'll be doing some analysis here for you guys. And, let me see if the volume's a little bit too loud. I can lower it. Yeah. But overall, markets pushed higher today on the Nasdaq, ended down on the Russell 2000. S&P was down on the close as well, and same for the Dow Jones. Dow Jones definitely long in the tooth, extended and it hit an upsloping trend line. But overall, the markets are very bullish to continue to push higher. Not too surprising, we got rejected here. You know, very big, resistance area from this upsloping trend line. Let me take a look at a few more charts. You guys can drop in some stocks, cryptos, whatever you want. Put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to do some analysis for you guys. Right now, Bitcoin is selling off as we speak, down to 62,700 or almost 62,630 now. We are currently up over, let me see here, 55% on our short position since we entered yesterday night. So congrats to the premium members inside the Discord. You guys are making some amazing trades. Let's take a look here at the S&P 500. We'll take a look at the SPY, and then we'll be covering some Bitcoin miners and what's going on with the BTC miners and why they're not mooning like the Bitcoin price was, and what could be coming in the near term for them. All right, so let's dive right into it here. So SPY today, not too surprising, we were down after this big gap up here. To me, we do have another gap fill at 510, and I do think it's possible for us to get quickly down to this area, flush out a lot of people who FOMO'd in, turn it into panic selling, and it could turn into a big buying opportunity and another bounce to another all-time high, right? And then you'll get what you'll essentially get is your is another 1-2 inside of this third wave that we're in right here. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 inside your third wave, 4 to 5, and then finish the Y leg, right, of the C leg here. So that's really what I'm looking for. And if this happens, then we still have the possibility of getting this larger term correction, maybe in June or May, something like that. You know, sell in May, walk away, as we all know. Let me see. Let me take a look at the chat here, see what you guys are asking. All right. Okay. Hey Brett, the link's in the description. You can check it out there. let's take a look here, and I'm going to be covering what the whales are doing on Bitcoin right now. So again, if you guys were following me, you would have been known that we bought our entry here right at the lows around 61,000, and we got a 11% pump, which we cashed out a 75% gain on this trade. And now we are starting to roll over. And the reason we exited our trade is that I saw some selling from big money on the 30-minute here. So I decided to take some profits along with some analysis from inside of our Discord, our members. Vandalay is actually inside the Discord. And he's in the chat right now. So thank you to Vandalay. You actually saved us some gains. And it actually kind of opened my eyes too to why it might be a good idea to start taking some profits. And rightfully so, because we're essentially basically almost back to our entry. Our entry is right around the $62,000 area. And that's where we're at right now. So to me, for the Bitcoin price at least, where I think we're going is going to be most likely we're going to head back down to this $58,000 area. When we get on the smaller time frames, you can see what we just essentially completed is a 1-2, and now you're inside your third wave, which is your crash wave, and it should be very impulsive towards the downside. Once we finally find a low, you might get a bounce, right? You might get a bounce back up in a wave 4 or some sideways chop, and then in a fifth wave, one final fifth wave towards the downside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, is there a possibility that we could double bottom? Yeah, we could technically double bottom, and then this essentially just truncates. You can make a smaller 5-wave count out of this. But for me, I'll be looking to see if the C leg extends to these levels here, and we'll adjust our targets as we go and as I adjust my count. We're essentially just inside this fourth wave here. Not this one. Right here. It's larger term fourth wave. So the wave 4 could be extended. Could it be already in and this is just a 1-2? It could. It could, although this is looking a little bit impulsive. And I'm actually starting to make out more than just 3 waves. If we get on the smaller time frames, I could actually make more than just 3 waves here. You could make 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're in your 5th wave of the third leg. So maybe the third wave ends somewhere around 58,000. We have the RSI entries. What is this called? RSI entries MTF indicator, which is showing us a little buying opportunity right around the 7 hour 58,500 area. All right, let me read the chat here for a bit. No problem, Vindley, for the shout out. Always happy to see you in the Discord, so active and chatting with everyone all the time. Makes me happy. Let me see here. What's up, dude? I think we should watch out for 56, 57. Yeah, so basically is anywhere inside this range, it should be a buying opportunity, an accumulation zone for the 4th wave. Could it go lower? It can. It can go lower, and we can illustrate some bigger targets if we do end up going lower. But for now, this is what I have. But if we do break lower, I'll show you guys the lower targets that we have to fill. Let me see here. I'm getting a phone call for a very important phone call. I have to take it for just 2 seconds. All right. Finally back on the live stream. Business things. Let's see here. Miners were selling above spot on OTC for a while. We're gonna dump. So yeah. So this is what I see for the Bitcoin price. Let's get over to the Bitcoin miners, right? The stocks. That's where a lot of opportunity could be coming. So I've been covering Mara for quite a bit of time. It's a very big name in the crypto space. I said that we are most likely finishing up in a fifth wave here, and it could end at any moment, right? It could really end at any moment. And I had an upper target here if it did pump up, and then on earnings it just dumped. So to me, this looks like it just finished early, and that's the thing with LUA. They can finish early. So now what I'm counting is an ABC correction. We're inside the first wave, the A wave here. I can make 5 waves, and this is your 4th wave, and the 4th wave just finished, and now you should extend lower in the 5th wave, which means Bitcoin should extend lower as well, probably around this area. Okay, when we take a look at our larger time frames, right, we're essentially just inside this wave 1, the cycle 1. 2 is here, and this is your accumulation zone between $18 to $9. Start DCAing inside this area, and then you can use, traditional technical analysis, pivot points, strong levels of support and resistance, right? Historical points of resistance as well, resistance and support. So probably like maybe around $13, $13.80 is a strong area to start accumulating. We'll probably get a flat, something like this, a B and then a C. And then this is when Bitcoin should start to take off. And then you'll be in your 3rd wave, your larger 3rd cycle wave, 3 of 3, and you'll start to take off. And this is why I thought that Bitcoin might be in some trouble here when the Bitcoin miners were not surging as high and as volatile as the Bitcoin price was. But yeah, so this B wave that pops up could actually be Bitcoin's 5th wave. I actually have Bitcoin in its 4th wave right now, and it could just be it could just be correcting before making another high. I do have another target at 82 to 100,000. It's a big range, but yeah, I do. And then on top of that, you have an upsloping trend line at 85,000. And at that point, maybe that'll be the local top before the halving, or you'll get a FOMO halving, maybe a FOMO event before the halving, and then you'll pull back on the halving, and it'll just be a sell the news event because so many people know about it now with the Bitcoin ETF. It's so mainstream, and 60 to 90 days after, you should get a significant rally, and it should start to take off towards the upside. Bitcoin price is just dumping right now. Our short position is printing. Our short position is now up 58%. Congratulations to the Discord members. You guys are killing it. Let me see what people have some questions. Can you explain Nvidia going to $700? Yeah, sure. I can explain, no problem. Let's take a look at Nvidia, right? So Nvidia, very big, strong name. A lot of people love to long this thing because it just goes up, right? So Nvidia, to me, looks like you're doing an ABC. The 3rd wave should be finished. You finished up in a 5th wave here with this correction. Now it's an A, it's in a B, and the B could end at any moment, right? It could end at any moment. And once it does, because you've made a new high now, I would actually have to raise the target once again, which is not. I mean, now that it keeps going up and up and up, the higher the B wave goes, the higher the C-leg target is going to be. So between now it's 817. So now it's 817 and 736, right? So, but I still think that this is going to be a correction that we will get eventually, and it'll be a dip buy. It'll be a buy the dip. People are going to FOMO in. So you don't have to go all in. You could just play some calls. Calling for higher prices, and they'll appreciate in value, and you just sell it to someone else that wants to FOMO in later than you. right? Because they're probably going to panic sell. If Nvidia takes this dip, this is a 15% drop, right? Something like that. That's a pretty significant drop in Nvidia. And then you'll get a final fifth wave rally. So that's basically it. My target for the larger correction is obviously between 774 and 646. So anywhere, even if you go past this level and the C leg wants to go extend lower, then you should go. Then it's still an accumulation zone down here. And we'll take a look at what big money is doing. Right, I will tell you guys when big money is buying and when big money is selling. Because if big money is buying, I will let you guys know, and Bitcoin is selling, I will let you guys know. Alright, someone in the Discord is asking, do I misunderstood you? Looks like it will go above in your chart before May. So, someone's saying that Nvidia will go to 1200 before May. So this is just a range, right? I can move this here and there, and it can take longer. It could take longer, or it can happen right now. But I don't see this happening right now. I think it's going to be a little bit later, if anything, if it does happen. And this, right, does not have to happen. We are long in the tooth here. We are very extended on this larger term fifth wave. It can end at any moment. You got big bearish divergence that continues to build, right? So technically this can end at any moment, right? Just pay attention to that. And if it does end, it ends. And then Nvidia will go for a very big, larger time frame correction. But you need a news event. Need a catalyst. Right now the Fed is announcing they've chosen inflation. They want to print money. They're not print money, but they want to lower rates, and they're gonna cause inflation when they do that. Seems natural to have a last blast. Yeah, I mean it really does. It seems almost likely now that this thing's gonna dip and we're gonna blast off after it get like 100% pump when it's unthinkable, and at that point, or like 80-50% pump, something like that, and it seems unthinkable. Do you see Meta dropping with Nvidia if Nvidia does that pullback? Yeah, most likely. So Nvidia is a very big name now. If you saw the earnings reaction here, Nvidia's earning lifted up the entire stock market. The entire stock market was propelled into a rally off their earnings. So imagine Nvidia dropping, one of the darling names. It's a very big influence onto the market. So Meta would probably drop, but it does look like it could need some. It could go for some more upside here. You have this upsloping trend line. You're just inside this channel essentially, right? If I draw this channel on Meta, just get it out here. You're just in this channel. And until you break it, you're just gonna keep trending higher. But when you do break it, you'll get a pretty decent sized correction, and then a bigger C leg. And there's this big gap fill down here, so maybe you'll fill the gap. But I mean, Meta again, all these Mag 7 names have like tons of people waiting to buy the dip because they just want to get in. 2026 will be disastrous. Yeah, probably could be. That's 2 years later, right? So still lots of time on the clock. But yeah, that's basically. I think Meta is just extending the fifth wave here. It just continues to extend, and could just be a 1-2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. So Meta could could keep going up, and it seems unthinkable, but it can, and it has been. And I thought it would end here. It just kept going higher. So what does that tell you? I thought it would end here. It just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Take a look at some other names. Is there any big sells on which chart? What happening on Apple? Mickey, can you zoom out on the bigger time frame? So that's a good point. And actually, I like to talk about Apple. I've been covering Apple on Hedgeline Trading. So Apple to me looks like you're possibly in a larger time frame ABC, right? But this is a secondary guess because right now we have our primary count, which is the smaller ABC. This is an A, B, and now you're in a C leg and a 1, 2, 3, 4. And my 4 wave target was right here, and we got rejected beautifully, right? We entered it once, got rejected, came back for a second, second tasting, and that was all she wrote. Now you're in a 1, 2. And now you're gonna go for your third wave, most likely next week or somewhere around there, and you'll start to impulse down. But anything that goes below 165, anything that goes below this yellow line could be an invalidation point, and it actually would be an invalidation point for this ABC. And now you're going to extend lower in a C leg down to the 158 to 148 area. So that's basically it. House Chipotle, Apple is effed. Yeah, so Apple is obviously not too hot. I took some profits here and then it just sold off right away. So I thought that was a good trade. But yeah, that's what I see on Apple. And again, the market can go higher if Apple just starts to reverse up, right? Big strong name like Apple, one of the darling names as well from the Mag 7. It's getting sued by the DOJ right now, so that's why it's going down. Chipotle. I don't know if we've ever done Chipotle. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this thing is in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Chipotle. Chipotle should be finishing up. But you see how you extended the RSI here? Now this is your third wave. So Chipotle will pull back. But you'll just get people that will buy the dip on this thing. Even if it pulls back 20, 30, 40, 50%, you'll get people that will buy. They will buy. And this is a very light volume names, and light volume names just tend to float up. They just tend to float higher and higher. Okay. So yeah, that's it. I mean, Chipotle could be actually done today. Could just be finished today after this big rally. Yeah, I mean, actually, this is actually not a bad short setup right now for Chipotle. Yeah, I like it. I like it definitely. What do you think about puts on Reddit? So Reddit, I cannot give any opinion on Reddit. We don't have enough data. We go to the minute time frame. Best I can do is the minute time frame, but even then, we don't have that much data. There's not enough data on Reddit right now, and it's down 8% on the day since IPO. Oh my God, you gotta get to the smaller time frames. I mean, I don't like to trade these names that go on IPO, mostly because Rivian. No, we don't have. I think we do have Chipotle in Canada. But you know, I don't like to eat out that much. I actually, that's a lie. I eat out when I want, but I don't. I like to stay home and eat my food there too though. I eat out when I want, essentially, but try to stay healthy, guys. Stay hard away from our IPO. So yeah, sorry. Let me get back to Rivian here. Some people are messaging me inside the Discord. So Rivian is an IPO, right? That we've been tracking, and it's just look at it. Like this thing IPO'd and it's just started melting down right away. Went below its IPO price, which I mean, I don't like that. And now it's been in price discovery for a very long time. It's finishing up its C leg here, but it could just keep going lower. You know, it can keep going lower, and to me it looks like you're in your third wave, and you're just gonna keep going lower. And you see how I have it in negative price? Well, they're gonna split the stock. They're gonna split it once it gets to 5 single digits, something like that. They'll split it, and then people who bought up here will be left holding the biggest stinking bag of excrement ever. All right, and same thing for Neo, but Neo, I actually do have a trade on Neo at the moment, and it's not going well. You have a pivot to trade against, but it looks like it's going to take it out soon. If it takes it out, maybe I'll just stop out and look for a better opportunity. But again, these are tough names to trade. Good thing for Neo though is that actually no, it's not a good thing. I think it went below its IPO price too. But you have a low to trade against at least, which is down here because it did recover from going down, and this was during 2018, not during the madness of 2021. So at least you have a low to trade against, which is down here at $1, but that's ways away. Don't eat Chipotle. Have you seen the South Park episode? It gives Carmen explosive. That's why you stay for IPOs. The chart alone. Yeah, the chart alone. Damn, speaking for EVs. How's Tesla? Tesla actually was a great trade for us recently because we actually I added at least down here to some of my positions, and it popped up nicely. Now the thing with Tesla is we got to be careful, because if it takes out the pivot here, what you're doing is you're just extending the fifth wave. You're extending the fifth wave, and it will go deeper. And I do think that it could go lower. You know, there's a possibility of it going lower to the 150s, 146 level. There's a gap fill down here on the daily time frame, right? So you got a gap fill there that hasn't been filled yet, and the closer you're getting, the more likely it's gonna fill. But we got a nice bounce here. Now it's dropped about 3.5% today. But we'll see. We'll see how she goes. We'll see how the market digests everything. You know, there's still a lot of news around Tesla with Elon being paid out his shares. You know, he's in a lawsuit with his board, and the EV is not a hot market. If the oil starts to pull back, EVs will do worse related to energy. So that's just my spiel about Tesla, but I do like it for an accumulation. It's in my longer term accumulation zone right now. Okay. Take a look at Bitcoin, see how Bitcoin's doing now. It's kind of recovering a little bit after its little dip here, back up to 63,000. Still in my trade. I haven't exited my trade. I'm still short. I'll be short since up here, 66,200, something like that. This is where we entered our short. And I will let you guys know once we get long Bitcoin again, right? It could be an amazing trade, but I gotta wait to see what big money's doing. They're not buying right now. I don't see any buying on any chart. We could take a look at the Bitcoin futures. Those are always interesting to check too. Kind of gives us a good idea. See, Bitcoin futures, big money was buying here too. But now that there's so many products, you can almost look at any Bitcoin thing and they kind of buy all at the same time on multiple products. Yeah, 30-minute. Yeah, see, it doesn't always show on the futures because futures probably have less volume, but on like the Binance chart, the Coinbase chart, it shows up. All right. Most likely scenario, short till 58k. Yeah, that's probably my target. I'm probably gonna hold short until then, but my stop is set in profit. So if I get stopped out, I'm still gonna make money. So worst case is that I make money, make like 10-20%. I think I have let me check my stop, where my stop is. My stop is set at 10% profit, so I'll make 10% regardless. Alright guys, so yeah, that's basically it for like the Bitcoin miners. That's really what I wanted to cover, is that, you know, it's going to be a huge opportunity. And it's up to you to make that decision if you want to buy or not. CLSK is another one, even more volatile. This one, I have it correcting down even lower, down to the looks like 2 years extending. I got it going down to like the $7 area, something like that. Yeah, 7 to 5 buy. But this target can change. You know, I should actually adjust it a little bit. This B wave could still be in play here. If it goes higher, the B wave will extend. Okay, just know that. Yeah. So the C leg target should actually be. This is just a support level. My target should be higher than this. Yeah. So somewhere around here is when you want to start accumulating. Floki, right? Yeah, I've heard about that one. I never traded it though. Oh boy. Let me see if there's more data. Chart with more data. Yeah. So this is the all-time. Oh yeah, this thing could be done. This thing could be already done, you know. Looking at the larger time frame, like this thing could already be finished here. You got divergence. 4 hour. You already pulled back. Yeah, this isn't looking too good. This should head lower. This should head like to the low of wave 4 here. That should be where we should go. Let me see what Elliott wave says. Yeah, look at that. So probably wave 4, right? I said wave 4, right around wave 4. And it should end up somewhere here. I mean, I wouldn't short it because it's just such a volatile name. But maybe this is like a larger cycle, you know? This is a larger cycle. There's not enough data for it, but I mean, you can make the case that it's gonna do this. Go higher. Right. But well, you need to see if this thing just keeps breaking lower and lower, then it's finished. It might go to 0. Do I see any buying signals on it? They have 3 months of screen time on Times Square going on. So you know when no, I shouldn't say shit like that, but when stuff like that happens, when it's on the mainstream, you know, it's in Times Square, big campaigns to promote it, kind of like Safe Moon. I had people who had never even invested in stocks in their entire life. They've never invested in anything, let alone save money. They were talking to me about Safe Moon. It's time to buy Safe Moon, right? Safe Moon, I want to buy Safe Moon. I want to make money. I want to buy something and it just goes up forever. And it was because so much advertising. It was all over TikTok. So when I hear that coins are going on doing public stunts like that, like on Times Square, and promoting Floki, we may be nearing an actual like a top for this thing. But yeah, I can check quickly. If there's any buys. Nope. They're selling. So daily top was here. They were unloading at the highs. 4 hour, they were unloading during this entire rally. No buying. 1 hour, so they're buying the dip here, right? They were buying the dip, but they could have already gotten out unless this B wave wants to extend higher, right? Like I said, B wave wants to extend higher, can extend higher. Let's check even smaller time frames. 30-minute. Yeah, so very similar to Bitcoin. This thing might be already done, and we may be headed lower. And I mean, if Bitcoin doesn't hold up, I doubt Floki will. Yeah, I smell one last leg. I mean, man, anything is possible, my man. You could extend the fifth wave. You can still extend the fifth wave, as you know. You keep creating bearish divergence. You can extend the fifth wave, and it can go higher. It can go higher. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not saying this thing is done. It's toast. But when Bitcoin's going down like this, the altcoins, as you can probably tell by my charts here, except for X is green, but you know, and apparently ICP is also green, but altcoins tend to struggle when Bitcoin takes these big legs down, right? No problem. Let me take a look at Affilium. Only do a couple more, guys. I gotta go to the bank. I got business to take care of. So if you want me to take a look at your stuff, get it in the charts here. Wow. Okay, maybe is there another? Okay, so this coin is not even on TradingView's radar, so it's probably. No, Gate.io had more data, so we'll just use that one. And guys, don't forget, smash the like button. We gotta pump up the likes here. Gotta get this trending, you know? No, but let me take a look. So, what the hell? This thing's so crazy. Yeah, this thing could be done. It may not be what you want to hear, but yeah, this thing could be already finished. And it could be toast. Yeah, the way it's trending now, you might just be like in a sea leg that will extend forever. Again, don't take my word for it. It's not 100%. If you hold these pivots, you can go higher, but they're not looking good right now. Let me take a look. Big money. What is DT? So if you're buying now, it's kind of a little bit late. Looks like they were dumping it. You got some strong buys here before this pump, right? But this was like a 25% pump. They could have already sold, which they did. You're actually getting some buys now though on the 30-minute, but this is not a trade that I would take. It's too high risk for me. You're getting some buying on the 30-minute. Just make sure if you take these trades, you use stop losses. Yeah, no problem. Sorry, like it's not might not be the news that you wanted to hear, but I mean, you always have to ask yourself when you're buying a stock, are you buying at the lows or are you buying at the highs? And if someone else bought it before, they must have bought it down here, which is already up 2,000%. They might just be deciding to unload their stuff onto you. Let's take a look at Doge. I'll only do a few more, guys. I do have a Doge chart. Yeah, so Doge came back into my area right now. My wave 4. Doge could go for another leg higher, and this could be like an Elon Musk pump. This would have to be like something Elon says that propels it higher if Bitcoin's gonna go down. But even if it drops here, like down to my lower range, it would still be like it could drop like 15%. This is like 15% here, so it can remain inside the range, but I can also drag it down to the. Actually, no, I can't. Not the 786, but the 618, the 668. I can. But right now, I'll leave it at the 618. Okay. Dollar surged higher today. Yeah, if Doge goes, Floki, the dog coin should go too. The dog coin should go too. You're right. You're right. That's why you could see actually one more high. Can you take a look at Skid on Sol? What is Skid? What are these coins people find? I don't see it. Is this it? Is this it? Not looking too good if it is. It's down 41% today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Skid USD. Where do you guys find these things? Is this it? Sid? Anyways, we'll move on. Okay, Solana. I have a Solana chart. And I think for the members, my members, we are short. We're actually, it's funny enough, we actually shorted Solana at 203. We shorted Solana at the high. So we are up. Check here. Again, these spot trades though have no leverage. So we're up 15% on this short position. 203 is where we shorted. Okay, we're up a little bit more. 17% now. But Solana is one that I called out nicely. It's actually my only short right now that I wanted to take. And I mean, it's long in the tooth, overextended. This thing should poop, go into pooper. Yeah, I think Solana should go down. I got pivots at. There's a pivot here at 144, 143. It's another 15% down. Maybe I'll hold my short position for a while, but I'll make a decision. I like to take profits. I like to secure my gain. That's what I'm here for. Give you my plays as well. And I mean, we're killing it right now on this Bitcoin short. We're up nicely, and we're enjoying the gains. And well, I'll let you guys know when big money's gonna buy, and I'm gonna flip long for our next trade. And I'm gonna be starting a copy trading service for a funded account. You know, I'm doing a funded challenge right now, and it's kind of fun. In 1 week, I made 4 grand. So I mean, I'll probably get it done by next week. And once it gets funded, I'll set up the copy trading service for you guys, and you guys can get funded accounts too. And I'll put links up and everything. But we'll go from there. Have a good weekend, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.